Welcome to AI for Teachers and Students. Dr. G here. There's a few things I'd like to read to you today that are related to AI. I did ask ChatGPT how to use it wisely, and here's what it generated, which I think for the most part sounds like pretty good advice. That's a wise decision. While AI can be a helpful tool for generating information and making predictions, it's important to remember that it's not infallible. Like any tool, it has limitations and may not always provide accurate or complete information. It's always a good idea to be cautious when using AI-generated information and to double-check it with other sources or consult with a human expert if possible. As AI continues to advance, it's important to keep in mind its limitations and use it as a supplement to human knowledge and expertise rather than a replacement for it. A couple other things I'd like to read to you. When you go to ChatGPT, it actually gives you the limitations, or at least warns you what the limitations of AI are. And there are 5 that they list, so I'm going to read those to you. ChatGPT sometimes writes plausible sounding but incorrect or nonsensical answers. I definitely have found this to be true. Fixing this issue is challenging as, one, during training, there's currently no source of truth. Training the model to be more cautious causes it to decline questions that cannot answer correctly. And 3, supervised training misleads the model because the ideal answer depends on what the model knows, rather than what the human demonstrator knows. The second one is ChatGPT is sensitive to tweaks to the input phrasing or attempting the same prompt multiple times. Just learning how to write a good prompt is an art form in itself. For example, given one phrasing of a question, the model can claim to not know the answer, but given a slight rephrase can answer correctly. And I've found this to be true in my case. The third limitation, the model is often excessively verbose and overuses certain phrases, such as restating that it's a language model trained by OpenAI. These issues arise from biases in the training data. Trainers prefer long answers that look more comprehensive and well known over optimization issues. 4, ideally the model would ask clarifying questions when the user provided an ambiguous query. Instead, our current models usually guess what the user intended. While we made efforts to make the model refuse inappropriate requests, it will sometimes respond to harmful instructions or exhibit biased behavior. We're using the moderation API to warn or block certain types of unsafe content, but we expect it to have some false negatives and positives for now. We're eager to collect our user feedback to aid our ongoing work to improve the system. So that's from ChatGPT. I tend to use Bard AI more than ChatGPT. Bard was very short and succinct in its limitation warning, and it reads this way. I'm Bard, your creative and helpful collaborator. I have limitations and won't always get it right, but your feedback will help me improve. And I've seen this to be very true. I'd like to give you one more thing about AI, kind of a warning, especially if you're a teacher. Here's something from AP World History, Facebook, and one teacher inputted, not sure if anyone has posted this, but if you suspect a student using ChatGPT to write a response, go to ChatGPT and ask, did ChatGPT write? And post the given response, and it will tell you if it generated the response. Okay, that sounds logical, but I'm telling you, that's not always the case. For example, the response from another teacher wrote, that does not work. I tested it using a paper from 2001 before ChatGPT that I wrote, and ChatGPT claimed that it wrote it. So keep that in mind. You want to be very cautious when using ChatGPT or any other AI site to determine if a paper is generated by ChatGPT. It may or may not be, so be careful on accusing other students. Signing off for now. Hope to have another upload for you in the near future.